Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. As you could tell by the title, we are going to be DoorDashing this week and find out how much you really make from DoorDashing. I've seen a few videos on this topic and it always really interests me. So if you are interested in how much you can make DoorDashing just because you're curious, or maybe you want to start DoorDashing yourself, this video is for you. But before we get started, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below some of your side hustles to help with your income. I feel like everyone's got a good side hustle. Mine has always been babysitting and now DoorDashing, and YouTube was a side hustle. Right now it's like my main hustle. Can we just applaud for that? As always, subscribe to this channel. We really are like one big family with lots of love to go around. It's never too late to join. All you have to do is hit subscribe. Also, don't forget to click the bell because this notifies you every time I upload a new video. And I always shout out the first comment on my social media, so be sure to be following me on that as well. If you've seen some of my content this summer, then you definitely know that I've been through a lot starting in June with losing my job. There's a huge video all about the tea there. It gets legal, we go to court. None of it was my fault. The restaurant did get shut down. That video will be listed above in an iCard as well as down below. Check it out. I love that job so much. I still get sad thinking about it and I cry every time I pass the building. I'm a sensitive mess. But since losing my job, I went through a very difficult time in June and July trying to find another job and recover from like the loss of something that I love so much. It was a grieving process, not even going to lie. I was serving at another restaurant afterwards, and I also have a video all about serving. I think it's something that everyone at some point in their lives should do, and I have a ton of good stories. I spill all the tea basically on serving, so that video will be listed above as well as down below. Definitely watch that. I think it's super funny and relatable content. If anyone has ever worked in customer service or are curious what it's like being a server, that video is definitely worth checking out, I promise. So I was serving at a different restaurant for a little bit, but honestly it was just too soon since losing the job that I loved, and I wasn't happy there, and it totally like wasn't the place for me. And since then I've just been focusing on YouTube, babysitting, and DoorDashing. I downloaded the Dasher app to DoorDash about 2 months ago. I've been doing it here and there in the evenings, maybe during lunch, and it's been going really great. I'm curious to see how much I can really push myself to make on this app. So this week I'm going to be dedicated. We are going to DoorDash every single day, lunch and dinner, to really see like how much you can make. I will be tracking the mileage and the spending money that I have to spend in order to DoorDash, primarily just being gas because you are driving your vehicle around. And I'll give you the 411 on, is it really worth it to DoorDash? How much can you really make? What are the pros and cons? I have my DoorDash hot bag, which if you are curious how to get started DoorDashing, you can sign up through the DoorDash app and they will send you the DoorDash bag. They'll send you a credit card that you sometimes have to pay with. I live in Minneapolis. It's a pretty busy area, but depending on where you live can also play a part. You can only DoorDash if it's busy enough in your area to dash right now, which can be kind of frustrating. Like I said, I've been DoorDashing here and there for the last 2 months and it's been helping with my income, but I've never done it dedicatingly, is that a word, all day. And that's what this challenge is going to be this week, is DoorDashing as if this is like my real job. First things first though, I have to fill up my gas tank. I always keep a little notepad in my car. This is where I track mileage. So every time I start dashing, I'll just write down how many miles are on my car, and then after I finish dashing, I'll write down how many miles are on my car and figure out how many miles I used. Anytime I buy gas, I write next to that date like how much I spent on gas. First things first, let's go get a full tank of gas, which I never do, but for the sake of this video and the fact that I will be driving a ton this week, I know I'm going to use it. I don't want to be going back and forth to the gas station every other day, so we're just gonna fill up the tank. Check out my car tour if you haven't. That's up above as well as down below. We are driving my still new baby. I love her so much. She's gotten me through some good times, and I'm DoorDashing to help pay her off basically and pay my bills. Okay, gas station, here we come. I just spent $41 on gas. Oh my god. But I wrote down my starting mileage, how much I just spent on gas, the date. We are ready to open this app and start delivering some orders. DoorDashing for a week, starting now. Sometimes it takes a while to get an order because you just have to wait for someone to order one. Other times it'll happen like instantly. Okay, we have our first order. I'm heading out to Chipotle's. Got the Chipotle. Some restaurants like Chipotle are amazing and they just have the food pre-made by the time you get there, and they even put the name on the receipt and everything, so it makes my job super simple. The DoorDash app is super convenient. I love how it's set up. This is so not sponsored, but honestly it should be. After it takes me to Chipotle, I just slide after I arrive and I check in when I picked up the food. After that, it gives me the address. So let's go get this girl her Chipotle. Basically, my first order, I earned $8 dropping off that Chipotle, which is a pretty good start. We just got our next delivery, so I'm just going to grind on these delivery orders and I'll check back in a few hours when I'm done. It's a few hours later, it's starting to get dark, and that is typically when I stop dashing. I will show you at the end of our dash summary, and this will kind of be the conclusion of our first day dashing of the week. As you can see, tonight I earned $52 from 8 deliveries in about 3 hours. It averages out to about $17.30 an hour, which isn't bad. I'd say for a few hours, that's pretty decent, especially for like a Monday night. That being said though, I did only dash for like 3 hours today because I was busy during the day and we just waited until this evening to start this video. But I'm pretty proud of where we are, day 1. Oh my gosh, one more thing I almost forgot. Oh, that actually brings it up. This changes everything. Okay, so on top of what I made on the app today, this lady tipped me in cash, which never happens. So I guess technically I made $62 tonight and not $52, which changes our average dollar per hour. So that brings the average up to $20.60 an hour, which is really great. I'd say $60 for Monday night door dashing is pretty decent. Overall, a good night. That being said, I'll see you guys in the morning, see how much we can make doing both lunch and dinner in a day, and at the end of this video, I'll do a big summary on how much gas I've used and spent, how many miles I've driven, overall my total like income of the week. That reminds me, I did want to show you. If you remember, I filled up my gas tank before we started, and it is still relatively really full. Like, the bar is still on the F. Not to mention the fact that I spent $41 on gas today, and I already paid myself back and gave myself some change because I made $62. That's amazing. Before I forget, let me just write down the miles that I traveled tonight. In one night, I traveled about 50 miles, made $62, and spent $41 on gas. I hope we're setting ourselves up for success. I'm gonna get some rest, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, it's now Tuesday. It's about 11 a.m., which is a prime time in my area to start door dashing for lunch. I learned that when you DoorDash for lunch, you get either a lot of corporate business employees that are door dashing their lunches to their offices, or you get a ton of teenagers that are sleeping in until noon. And we got our first order. Not forget my mileage. Let's go get this bread. Well, technically I'm getting Mediterranean food, but let's go get this moolah. Made it to our first destination for food, and I just wanted to say that I love door dashing so much because I feel so at peace when I'm driving. Like, it is so nice to just be able to drive and listen to my music and make money. It's a dream come true. I just dropped off my first order to this girl who works in a bank, and she was so funny when she saw me. She was like, "Ooh girl, you're so pretty. Look at you working that outfit. Get those tips." I was like, yes, you understand. That's kind of what's nice about DoorDash is people tip you. Although right now the option is you tip your dasher before they arrive. DoorDash is changing this so that you can leave a tip or an additional tip afterward, which I think can only help you like get more money. Anyway, I got another order and I wanted to document this before we take off because I got an order that told me I would earn $29 if I delivered this. That is wild. It is a huge order. There are 14 items, but it seems pretty easy and it's really, really close. Let's go to the sub shop and pick up all of their sandwiches. What a great day. Let's do this thing. Whew. You can tell I worked hard because my hair grew like 3 times as big. It's a little after 2 p.m. The orders have definitely slowed down. It's looking for my next order, but I'm thinking if I don't get a new order by the time I film this clip, I'm just going to take a break for a few hours before starting my dinner shift tonight and dashing during the dinner hour. Today's lunch has been fairly great. That $30 order definitely helped. It's also just beautiful out, so I'm really happy I get to be outside. I'm not getting another order, so I think I'm just going to end my dash here and then start again around 4:30, maybe 5 once the dinner rush hits. Oh, dang, this was a pretty good lunch shift. In 2.3 hours, 5 deliveries, I made $54.95. And the day's not even over yet because I still have dinner shift. I'll check in then, but so far, today's been great. If we do the math, that's $23.89 an hour if this were like an hourly job. So that's actually really great. I'm going to eat some lunch, take a quick break, and I will check in with you guys in a few hours for our dinner shift. See you then. Welcome back. It's been a few hours. I took a shower. It is almost 5 p.m. I'm only going to dash for about 2 hours tonight. On Tuesdays, I do hang out with my boyfriend, so Tuesday nights are like our nights, and I don't want to mess that up just because of a video. What's nice is the app gives you the question like, how long do you want to dash for? And so you can put in like when you want to be done. So I want to be done by 7, but you can always end it earlier. You can end it whenever you want to, but this way it kind of like holds you accountable and gives you that light at the end of the tunnel if you want to work to a certain point and you're like, okay, just like half an hour more. Let's see how much I can make in 2 hours on a Tuesday night DoorDashing. Oh, I look rough. I just made it back to my apartment. The sunset is so beautiful right now. It's about 7 p.m. Like I said, I ended a little earlier tonight since Tuesdays are nights with Tyler. However, I did just end my dash and I made 4 deliveries in 2.1 hours and I earned $41.05. I think that's pretty decent. Not bad. I'm not complaining. Plus, I earned over $50 for lunch today. That puts me at almost $100 that I made in a day, which is kind of like a typical serving shift. Actually, DoorDashing really reminds me of serving, mostly because when you DoorDash, it gives you the opportunity to earn a lot of money in a short amount of time, and that is exactly what serving was like. I'm going to DoorDash during lunch and dinner tomorrow and Thursday, maybe Friday as well. So over these next few days, we'll get a good idea as to what the average is that you can make when you DoorDash all day versus like in the evening or just in the morning. I am going to go enjoy my evening. It is the Bachelor in Paradise finale, so I'm very excited, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Hey guys, it's Wednesday morning. It's about the exact same time that I started DoorDashing yesterday. I went to open the app, so this is what it currently looks like. It's not busy enough for me to dash. It won't even give me the option to start dashing. This is probably one of the cons that happens with DoorDash if you don't live in the busiest area. It's just something that's a little bit out of your own control. The only thing that I can really do is wait and see if it'll get busier like around noon or 1 p.m. Hopefully I can still make some money today. It's an hour later and I can finally start dashing. This won't be a long lunch shift since it's already 12:30. In fact, it won't even let me choose a later time slot. The latest time slot that I can choose is 1:30, and that only gives me an hour to dash. Let's see how much money I can make in an hour. It's kind of unfortunate that I can't dash longer. This is new for me. I never knew that they could do this. We'll see what happens. It's all an experiment. It's all a journey. It's all for this week of DoorDashing video. I mean, after yesterday and Monday, I definitely had high hopes for today. This is a little discouraging, but we'll just stay tuned. I got my first order. Let's get dashing. I just dropped off my first delivery, and again, someone tipped me in cash. DoorDash still paid me $6.70 to deliver this food, but you can see in the center it says customer tip. She wrote down 0, and that's because she tipped me $3 in cash, which is great because now I made $9 off of that order. Pretty dang good for just dropping off somebody's wings. Okay, we just got our next delivery. Someone wants noodles and company. It must be for someone at the hospital. Honestly, I hate DoorDashing to the hospital. It's like so confusing, like what entrance do I use? But should I do it? I might do it. I'm glad that I did it because DoorDash will add more deliveries if you're going to the same location. So the noodles for the person at the hospital is $5, and now if I deliver another order from Noodles, the same store, I'll make $11. I will add this to my route. I just dropped off the last 2 orders. I have a minute before my dash is scheduled to end. I'm waiting to see if I'll get any new orders, but I have a feeling I won't just because it is on the later side of the lunch rush and the app won't even let me extend my dash. On the app, I made $17.70. Also, I got tipped $3 in cash. So basically, I made $20 in 1 hour, which is a pretty good rate. Not to mention, I didn't travel far, and some of the orders were at the same location, so that saved money on gas and mileage. The only downside is that it didn't let me continue to work longer than an hour. There is always dinner in a few hours, so I'll check in then, and we'll see how much I make tonight. Hey guys, it's 5 p.m., and I thought maybe I could start dashing again. As you can see, it's not busy enough for me to start dashing. It's kind of discouraging because it is 5 p.m., and I know it would be a good time to dash. Yesterday, I made, what, like $95? Today I'm only at $20 so far, so I do want to get a move on. It's 6 p.m., a little later than I would like to start DoorDashing, but now it can finally let me start dashing. So we got our first order and it just came in. As you can see, I would make over $8 for my first delivery. I'm going to hit accept and let's see how much money we can make tonight before it gets too dark for me to keep dashing. It's been a few hours. It's starting to get dark out, so I did end my dash. So I earned about $28 doing 3 deliveries in 1.5 hours. This morning, the average rate per hour was exactly like $20. Tonight's average is about $19 an hour too. I made about $50 today DoorDashing, which again, isn't really that bad, but could I live off of that? I guess we're gonna have to find out come the end of the week. Good morning. It is now Thursday, and I have a confession to make. It's like 12:15 and I just woke up and I'm starting this dash. I set my alarm for 10 o'clock, which sounds late, but my sleep schedule has been whack lately and I don't know how to fix it. Basically, I can't fall asleep until like 4 a.m. and then I sleep all day. I set my alarm for 10 and just hit snooze until like noon. So I'm just writing down my starting mileage. While we're waiting for an order, I can give you an update on my gas tank since we filled it up on Monday and it's now Thursday and we've been DoorDashing all week. So we're almost to half a tank. It's been doing really well. We have our first order, and honestly, I am not that impressed by it. $3? I know it's only like a 15-minute delivery, and maybe they'll tip me cash, hopefully. I'm just going to accept it because there's no reason not to, but not the best start. I'll check in with you guys when I have more updates. I'm all the way out in a suburb that's like 25 minutes away from where I live. Not a big deal because when orders typically do that, the orders will like bring me back to where I live, but I'm not getting any new orders. I just dropped off my second order. Update, the first order where I made $3, the girl was like a complete B. Said something like, oh, I didn't realize I forgot to tip and I don't have any cash. Sorry. And she was like, I'll order again. Make up for it next time. I'm like, next time I probably won't accept your order. So that was kind of a bummer just because I only made $3, but this next order that I just dropped off, I made $9 off of. It's been like 15 minutes and I'm not getting another order, so I think I'm going to start driving back to my local area and probably stop at a coffee shop. I didn't eat breakfast yet today. I just have my green tea since I literally woke up right before noon and just immediately rushed to my car because I knew I had to make this video, and I feel bad because that's probably not fair to the challenge of like DoorDashing for a week if I'm sleeping in and missing out on like prime time to DoorDash. But this is also like a real week in my life and I accidentally slept in. So it's 2 p.m. I want to try to work all the way through today to see what that would be like. I stopped at Dunkin'. I got some donut holes and then like one powdered sugar glazed donut along with a medium iced coffee. Oh my gosh, it's never felt so good to be home. I have never done that before, but I DoorDashed straight on through since noon until right now, which is 7:30. 7 hours straight of DoorDashing. We did have a super slow start this morning, partially because I slept in too late for the lunch rush, but I powered through and it definitely picked up this evening. I ended my dash with over $100, $102, plus I got tipped some money in cash as well, so I ended today's dash with $107.48. If you break it down, because of the slow start that we had, as well as lunch orders typically only being about like $5 to $7 per order, this evening dinner orders were all about like $7 to $14 per order. So because I did both small orders during the day and then larger orders at night, I think it brought down what my average like pay per hour typically would be. So today's average was $15.28 per hour. I did drive over 100 miles, which is a lot. I used up, I think, 1/4 of my gas tank. So we burned through a lot of gas, we drove a lot of miles, but we made a Benjamin. If you don't have 7 hours to kill in your car, I would skip the lunch rush and just focus on dinner because that's where the big orders are. You could do just fine. I'm gonna get some rest and hopefully wake up a little bit earlier tomorrow, and I'll see you to continue DoorDashing in the morning. Hey guys, happy Friday. It is finally Friday. I say that as if I've also worked 40 hours this week like the majority of the population. We have been blessed all week to have beautiful summer weather, even though it's like the last week of September, so I'm so grateful. It is almost 80 degrees and it's noon. I did sleep in again. I have a problem. I don't understand how to fix it. I set my alarm every single day and then I just hit snooze and snooze and snooze and snooze. I don't think it's gonna be that detrimental though, because yesterday we had a late start and yesterday we broke 100. I have high hopes for today. I also do not want to take a break today like yesterday because I figured if I work all the way through again, I might be able to make another $100, and nothing feels better than making $100 in a day. I'm excited to see what today brings DoorDashing. I looked at the total that I've made this week so far, and it's the most I've ever made DoorDashing so far, and we still have like 3 more days of DoorDashing. So I have a feeling it's gonna be a really good day. Our first order is Chick-fil-A. I'll check in when I have some more updates. It's about 2:30. I paused my dash for half an hour. I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I committed. I got a freaking large frozen vanilla coffee, and oh my god, that is good. It's been pretty consistent today, which I expected because Fridays are pretty busy, but it's slowing down right now because it is 2:30 to 3 p.m. You know, it's just like an awkward time for people to be eating. So I stopped and used another one of my gift cards at Dunkin'. I got a few mini donuts, this large frozen coffee, which is so freaking good. And I'm about to be really, really basic and take some car selfies. I got a really cute donut and I think it might make a cute picture. I just picked up an order at the Cheesecake Factory. They were pretty dead, so all the servers were just kind of like walking around. One of them walked by me and he he was like, gotta dash, gotta catch them all. And I laughed so hard. So that was a very important update. Well, second time I had to get gas door dashing all week. I only put $10 in my tank because I'm almost done for the day. It's 5:30 and I'm back at my apartment because I'm beat. I mean, I love it. The last 5 hours, I've had so much fun. After a full week of door dashing, I can honestly say that I've really enjoyed my time. But it's Friday at 5:30. It's 90 degrees all day. I've been in my car with my car running for 5 hours straight. I've already had to buy more gas. Tyler and I have plans tonight, which by the way, I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but he's mowing the lawn right now. I just got home, so that always makes me happy when I come home and he's like out and I'm like, hi. So Tyler and I are getting dinner soon. I just wanted like an hour at home so that I could recharge, cool down with some AC, maybe eat something, wash my face. It feels so sweaty and gross. That being said, I ended the dash a little earlier than anticipated today. I still made $73.46 in 5 hours delivering 12 orders. I know that if I went as long as I typically DoorDash till for 2 more hours, I know that I would totally make it to $100. Like I said earlier today, like that was the goal. And if I wanted to keep going, I know that I could have done it. Right now, I just need to be at home. So on average, it was about $14 an hour, but I know that's because all my DoorDashes were like the smaller lunch orders. And then if I were to keep dashing tonight, I would have gotten more big orders. Like the last 2 orders I delivered were both $10 that I earned. So like if I kept doing that tonight, I would have definitely surpassed $100. But Friday nights, you know, I'm gonna focus on my relationship with Tyler. We're gonna spend some quality time together. He's going out of town tomorrow afternoon, so I'm going to spend some of the morning with him. I'll get a later start door dashing, but it will also be Saturday, so we'll see how much you can make on a Saturday door dashing. I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Happy afternoon. It's Saturday. It is 3 p.m. Let's start DoorDashing. My plan is just to DoorDash all the way until tonight when it gets too dark. I have about 4.5 hours, which is pretty decent like shift time. We will be able to make close to, if not $50. That's going to be the challenge tonight. Let's see if we can beat that. I have like 1/8 of a tank left, but I really don't want to get more gas today. So let's see how long this gas tank will last me. Still looking for an order. After like 10 minutes of scrolling on my phone, I got an order for Red Lobster. It's only 6 miles. It's gonna take me like 20 minutes and it's a $10 order. Off to a great start. Hopefully all of the deliveries that I get tonight are closer to $10 to $15 each instead of like the $5 lunch ones that I would get during the day. I think that's a pretty good sign that we're gonna have a good night. Wow, my hair is getting frizzy. I just put $10 more in my gas tank. I don't really need it, but I am going to a friend's place tonight. Shout out to you, Hadley. We're going out tonight, so I know that I need some gas to get to where I'm going. I'm back home. It's about 7:30. I just finished my last order, and remember when I said my goal was just to make $50 and call it a night? I surpassed $50 in 2 hours. So after I made over $50 by 5 p.m. and I still had 2 hours of DoorDashing left, the goal was to double that. In 4 hours and 10 deliveries, we have $105.48, mother trucker. I am so happy. Hey, I guess Saturday nights on DoorDash be poppin' in Minneapolis. That averages out to $24 an hour, which is a pretty great shift. So what did I learn tonight? DoorDashing on Saturday nights where I live is a steal. I'm also learning to be selective with the orders that you decide to deliver because DoorDash shows you how much you'll make off of the orders. I no longer accept, I mean, unless it's like super close distance and it'll take me like 5 minutes, I don't accept orders that are like under $5 because to me it's not worth it. I think it was my second order I declined because it was only $4, and the very next order that came in was an $18 order that I would not have received if I went ahead and accepted the smaller order. So you have to kind of like pick and choose and make your own plan. So because I was being selective, I was accepting orders that were like $18, $19. Like right when I ended my dash, the next order that came in was a $21 order. The only reason I declined it was because it wanted me to go to the Mall of America, which if you're from Minnesota, we avoid that place. So yeah, it was a really, really great DoorDashing night. I probably would have hustled a little bit harder, but I do have plans with my friend Hadley tonight, so I have to quickly eat and get ready and go hang out with her. We have one more day in this video, and that is tomorrow, so I will check in then. We are already higher than like I expected we'd be with how much earnings I made this week DoorDashing. We could still, you know, make another 100 if I'm lucky. Fingers crossed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, welcome to Sunday. It's a lot later than I wanted to start. It's 4 p.m., but I definitely needed some time to just rest today because last night I drank a little too much much wine. It's going to be a pretty short DoorDashing shift since it is 4 p.m. and I can only DoorDash until about 7:30 because of how dark it gets. So since we're only going to be able to DoorDash for about 3 hours, I don't have very high expectations of making a ton of money. Like, I hoped I'd be able to make another $100 tonight like I did last night. Honestly, just crossing my fingers for 50 bucks. When you start your dash, it asks you how long you want to dash for. I don't even have a time slot. It literally just gives me half an hour. That cannot be right. Okay, we got our first order. We're heading off to Chipotle, so let's get this shift started. So I was right and wrong about the dash forcing me to end at 4:30. It did end my dash at 4:30. Luckily though, I did get a $30 order right before my dash ended. Thank goodness. As you can see, it forced my dash to end with $39.17 off of 3 deliveries in 1 hour. That's like $40 an hour of a rate because I got super lucky with that $30 order. However, as soon as I was forced to end my dash, I kind of assumed this was going to happen, but it let me start dashing again. And then I had to start a new dash, and I just delivered my first order with this new dash, and that was a $17 pizza delivery. So I'm really hoping for like big orders tonight. Already I surpassed the $50 that I was hoping to make. I still have about an hour before it starts to get dark, so hopefully I get some more orders coming in. And DoorDash is doing like a peak pay, so you get an additional $3.50 for every single delivery that you deliver. So hopefully I can get some more orders in here soon before heading home. We'll see what happens. I'm back home right after the last clip when I was trying to look for another order. DoorDash ended my dash. I was just driving, waiting for an order to come in, and my dash ended itself right after that one order where I said I made $17. So then I logged back in so I could continue dashing, and I delivered 2 more orders. But now it's almost 7 p.m. It's getting dark. It's time to go. So then I ended my dash for a 3rd time, and I earned 16. The total amount that I earned tonight DoorDashing after I added up all of those individual dashes was $72.60, which is more than what I was hoping for on a Sunday night. So I'm really happy about that. And I never had to get more gas. It's been quite the week DoorDashing with you. But let's head on inside and I'll give you the summary on how much I made this week, how many miles I traveled, how much I spent on gas, pros, cons, and whether or not it's worth it to DoorDash. Okay, so I just calculated how many miles I traveled, how much money I spent on gas, and overall the grand total of how much I made DoorDashing this week. Drum roll, please. This week, DoorDashing, I made $548.34. I honestly cannot believe it. That's so much more than I expected to make. I thought like, okay, a couple hundred for sure. But those shifts where I made $100 in one night, multiple nights, really helped. Not to mention the additional tips and cash I received. So when you add that, I actually made a grand total of $566.34. Whew, that is over half my rent, and I made that in 1 week. I mean, that's not bad for DoorDashing. When you subtract the $61 that I spent on gas this week, that still leaves me with over $500. However, I did travel over 400 miles, but if you're looking to make some additional income, I think DoorDashing is a really great option. There are tons of pros to DoorDashing, including the fact that you are in control of when you decide to DoorDash for how long you're DoorDashing, and every single order tells you exactly how many miles you'll be traveling, how long it will take you, how much you're going to make, all before you accept the order. Every single day DoorDashing is different, so you won't get tired of doing the exact same thing over and over again. You are capable of making a lot of money in a small amount of time. Take for example those evenings where I made over $100 in like 3 to 4 hours, or like tonight when I made $40 in an hour. Not to mention that you are alone in your car and you can blast whatever music you want. If you love driving like me, you can do what you love and make some money while you're doing it. There are definitely some cons, the biggest one being that sometimes it's just not busy enough in the area that you're located in to even start dashing, or if it lets you start to dash, you're just not getting orders because it's not busy. You kind of have to spend money to make money. We spent $61 this week on gas in order to make over $560, but as you could tell by the outcome, it was definitely worth it, you know, to put in $61 and receive over $500 back after the work. Also, it does burn through a ton of miles, so if you have a newer car or maybe you're driving your parents' vehicle and you don't want to put all those miles on your car, this can be a con. If you're driving a car that you really don't care about adding miles to, or like my car is still relatively new, I'm choosing to put a ton of miles on it because right now I'm able to drive the car around to essentially pay it off. But overall, I think this is a really great option. I hope this video helped you. Comment down below if you have any further questions about DoorDashing. I might make some more videos about it. This was a super fun video for me to film. Oh, the other big pro that I forgot to add is that it helps you like navigate your city. Geographically, I understand where I live so much more. When I first started to dash, there were some locations that I had to put into the GPS, but now I know exactly exactly where I am in a lot more places. I've also discovered a ton more cute restaurants and little places that me and my boyfriend can go to. We actually did that 2 nights ago on Friday night. We went to this restaurant that I had passed dashing a few times. I've also realized that on the days where I dashed all day, like lunch and dinner, as opposed to the days where I only dashed in the evenings, the amount that I made really wasn't that different. So now I don't have to feel inclined to have to dash all day every day to make a lot of money. I can honestly just start dashing around 3 or 4 p.m., dash for a few hours in the evening during the busy dinner rush, and make the same amount, if not more, had I gone all day. The only times that I made over $100 dashing in one day was when I just dashed in the evenings. So it's totally manageable if you have like a real job during the day. If you just want to make some extra income in the evening, I definitely recommend DoorDashing. Overall though, I learned a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have any further questions or anything that I may not have covered in this video, comment down below. If you're not subscribed, I'd really appreciate it, as well as follow me on my social media. And I'll see you guys really, really soon with a new video. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye!